Hi everyone, my name is Augustine. I'm Team Kezayya. I'm here to talk about my project Kezayya. Actually, Kezayya is born out of the passion of bringing Web3 into Web2 solutions. And let me start by making my presentation. All right. This is a presentation for Kezayya, which is a Web3 file storage and sharing platform. Actually, the aim of this solution is to bring into the world of Web3 some of the solutions that we've seen that are necessary in our Web2 day-to-day activity, and that necessitated Kezayya. First of all, let me talk about myself. I am the sole developer for Kezayya. My background, I have over 10 years plus experience in software development. I have been writing series of codes, not in Web3 though, but in Web2. Not until few years back, when I was onboarded into Web3, I became so passionate for what Web3 offers. That led me into learning more about blockchain technology. So actually, prior to that, I do both back-end and front-end, so that makes me a full-stack developer. Currently, I've also integrated blockchain into my wealth of skills, and that is about me. So that is how it was possible for a one man to be able to do what I have done, both the smart contract, both the front end. Every aspect of Kezayya was implemented by me, and I believe if this project goes beyond the year, which I know it will, then more hands will be onboarded into the team to make it a real life thing. About Kezayya, like I said, that it is actually born out of the fact that I wish that most Web2 solutions will have a Web3 representatives. So Kezayya is one project that its aim is for data storage. You and I know that data is currently a technological resources. What I mean by that is that we find a lot of countries all over the world having natural resources. In my country, Nigeria, we have the crude oil, which can be refined into fuel, gas, and diesel, and the rest. Currently, in the technological space, data is everything. So data is one of its resources, and everyday users all over the world, both online and offline, generate various type of data, some consciously, some unconsciously. and in our organizations, offices, data is also being generated. And most times, how do we store this data? We have solutions, but Kezayya is another solution that is Web3 based, where these data are stored. Well, no matter the kind of file format they are, it can be stored, and they can be stored securely. Now let's talk about Web2 file storage. We have solutions like the Google Drive. We have solutions like the Dropbox rather, OneDrive, the Treesorit, and another one that is worthy of mentioning is the P-Cloud. There are a lot more, and each of these are currently being used in various ways to store various degrees of files. And but one of the limitation of Web2, we know it's centralized nature, whereby it's governed by those who own those who own the platform. So now Kezayya is as the blockchain ecosystem continues to grow and gain adoption, so there is need for this Web3 version of file storage and sharing for clients and organizations. This is where Kezayya actually fits in. So in a general or in a nutshell, we can say that Kezayya is a Web3 project with the aim of helping users store their files and share them in a user-friendly manner. Files can be made private or public, so you can share them with others. Why use IPFS Filecoin? I think one of the solutions I found very interesting was the IPFS decentralized storage architecture. So when I got onboarded and I got to know about IPFS and the kind of solutions they offer, in fact, I see this whole thing about Web3 being possible because of decentralized storages like IPFS, providing such a platform for other projects to build upon. So that is why I have to use IPFS, because the files that the user have to store, the user profiles, metadata are to be stored. And since the blockchain itself has a limit of the amount of data it can hold, so it's not wise storing our raw data on the blockchain. Instead, we store this metadata on IPFS, and that is where NFT.storage was the preferred choice to be used for this task. So IPFS was used because of its it has the capacity to deliver the project. So users metadata, profile images, user files, whatever file type, be it how large or how small it's going to be, can be stored on IPFS using NFT.storage. So what is special about Kezayya? Wow, actually Kezayya is a work in progress. Let me say that a lot of things, a lot of special features will be added, but currently the support for any type of file, no matter how the nature of the file, whether it's an architectural file, a 3D file, a video file, whether it's a music file, mp3, mp4, .mov, whether it's a web file, a zip file, a raw file, whatever type of file it is, a document, Kezayya has the support to for you to be able to store any of these file types in your own slot, in your own storage slot. So another specialty is the fact that it is free to use. So you can store whatever amount of file you want. It is free to use. Another specialty is its ease of use. We can use a novice who doesn't know about Web3 can actually use Kezayya. Then all activities are recorded on chain. For the fact of transparency and for transactions to be audited, every file created, its corresponding metadata is stored on chain, and it makes us to be able to track from the on chain the number of files that are already stored on chain through knowing the ID of these files. So it is something that is awesome, that all activities are stored on chain, and you get to know. It is, another feature is that it is fully decentralized, meaning that the owner of this data has control over his data. So wherever it is being stored, and it is stored in a fashion that there can be no loss. It is not stored on one node. The IPFS server or nodes where these data are stored, these files are stored, are several, some 3, some 4, some 5 different nodes are storing this information. So in the case where one of the nodes is not accessible, the other node still supplies your file, and that is full decentralized storage. Your file cannot be missing at any point in time, because these whole nodes cannot stop working at the same time because of they are in various locations. And finally, no censorship. The fact that you will have restriction to what to do or what not to do, it is entirely up to you to know how to use your storage. So there is no censorship as regards to Kezayya. These are some of the special features I can bet you can try it out. So what are our roadmap? For now, we've done some of the works. We've done the smart contract development. We've done the front end and UI UX design. We've integrated IPFS using the NFT.storage, and we are able to present what we have today that made us to be winners of this hackathon. But there are more to go. We need to open up a community where we need to let people know. We need to create our Discord channel. We need to create our Twitter handle for perfect dissemination of information, and at the same time get social media managers to manage this aspect of the project. Then it is my utmost desire to integrate lit protocol to make sure that every file, no matter whether it's private or public, that each file is encrypted, because it gives us the ability that when someone comes into our mistakenly goes across our file, even though the hash is there, but will not be able to know what's the content of that very file, except we allow such person to descript when we are making it public, or we ourselves, if it is private for only our consumption. So that is a part, and we'll find lit protocol to fit in that aspect. Then I also feel if I can use IPNS with the help of to help get a gateway. I wish that we'll have a gateway to our own name, Kezayya. Maybe Kezayya.io have an IPFS gateway that will actually handle the file sharing. So with our own names, without letting users who are coming know that IPFS was the underlying architecture. So it gives us our own brand, using the gateway and integrating IPNS. And also we want also to be able to, in the file sharing mechanism we've developed already, that if possible one can get list of social media integration where one can share from within the DApp, instead of getting only the IPFS link or URL where it is stored and sharing it. If possible, we integrate. You can share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on WhatsApp or Instagram, whatever social media handle, if we want to integrate inside of the project. Then the user analytics is another part that gives a user from each dashboard what you've done, your recent activities, the generality of all your tasks in a glimpse. So we want to improve on it and see how we can use charts to create visual looks. So these are some part of the roadmap we have. Here is the links and demo, kezayya.versa.app. That is where the live site is actually residing right now. Then you can also it's also deployed on Spheron, which is also Web3 based. That is another good thing about Kezayya, is we try to make everything Web3. So Spheron, Kezayya nmb3b.spheron.app is another place. So our hackathon demo can be gotten from this YouTube link, so you can feel free to rewatch the demo there. Then if you wish to contact yours sincerely, you can contact me on Telegram using this handle. You can contact me on Twitter using twitter.com/holyaustin. Contact me on LinkedIn, linkedin.com/in/holyaustin. Then my Discord username is holyaustin #3735. And that is it. So thank you for listening. We are actually working on various brands to see that Kezayya comes to stay. Thank you. Having made this presentation, okay, maybe let me show you. Show us. Okay, you can see the site itself. So this is the raw demo of the site, the one on the same on Spheron. So this is our home, the services we offer. You can now see them, the features and the FAQ. So frequent asked question, you can see them here, and we hope to continue building. And please, your criticisms are welcome. So use the DApp wherever you find or that needs improvement. Please, you can write to the team. We solicit your constructive criticism, because it is when people like you make use of the DApp that the feedbacks we get will help us to build something that will last, that people can enjoy using. Any other question, comment, whatever, you can still reach me out on my contacts. Let me place it once more so that all right, so you have the contacts. Please, that is my humble presentation. I await your feedback. I love you all. Web3 is awesome. Blockchain technology all the way. God bless you all.